All right, y'all. So, here is another episode of me shooting in the hotel. Here we go. Let's talk about bouncing back from a setback. Reminding yourself that you are, you the ish. I was having a conversation with one of my friends about something that she was facing. And the issue is pretty common. I feel like a lot of women or just people in general go through this issue. And as I listened to her, like I wanted to find words to encourage her to kind of lift her out of like the doubt that I was hearing. As I finished listening to her, I felt compelled, to tell her that like, girl, you the ish. You come on now. Come on. I wanted her to see that, you have like a lot going for you. Look at the things that you have going on. Like you are a phenomenal mother. You are wonderful at your job. And your heart is like made of gold. Like everyone who knows her loves her. I've seen her pull herself, with God's help, but make the choice to rise from some of the darkest times in her life. And it takes a lot of courage to do that. So after I spoke to her, or, we were engaged in the conversation, she was like, you know what? You need to make whatever you just said, that's the podcast topic, right? And I was like, all right, like, here we go. Let me go ahead and do this. So I don't remember exactly what I said to her, but I know that it was like along the lines of like this. When you go through a challenge in life, it's okay to feel that pain. It's okay for you to sit in whatever feeling that you are feeling. However, you do need to make a decision to get out of that rut. You really have to realize that you're worth so much more than that situation, and you deserve the opportunity to see what's on the other side of that feeling. You have to remind yourself that you deserve to be happy, and you owe it to yourself to figure out what's on the other side of the ish, What I think gets a lot of us is that it's so hard to see the positive side or the positive aspect of the situation. Like whatever situation when like you're currently in it. You look on social media and you see all of your peers living a perfect life, right? Okay. Everybody is accomplishing all the things that you want to accomplish and more. Everyone seems so happy. It seems like, nothing ever makes people mad on social media. Everyone is just grand and lovely. Everything is just peaches and cream. But listen to this. People show you what they want you to see. We don't see the process that somebody goes through to get to the point of what they're showing you. We don't see any of that. And so we'll say to ourselves like, dang, like, why am I not here? Why am I not accomplishing those things? Like, what's wrong with me? Why am I not at that level? And I think those thoughts of comparison are natural. But with social media, everything is on an elevated level. So instead of, knowing the girl from high school or your cousin's best friend that just bought the new house or just got married or just had the new baby or just went to a trip to Dubai, you see people who live in other countries, other states, and it can really make you feel some type of way. But I think we have to get to the point where we realize that we all have our own journeys, or just keep reminding ourselves that we all have our own journeys, have our own paths. And in order to get to that point, whatever like that point is, we have to go through certain ish to shape us to be that person that, that we want to be, that God wants us to be. I personally don't understand why all of the lessons that we go through are more so painful than not. I don't know, but I do know that God is definitely in control of this thing. And I stopped trying to understand the reason why everything happens. I got tired of, well, I would say I just really don't have the capacity to kind of figure it out, really. And I'm not the brightest crayon in the crayon box, but I'm definitely not the dullest. I don't have the capacity to figure that out, honestly. So when you are faced with a setback or a hard time in life, realize you can get through it. You have what it takes. You have enough courage to get through and see what's on the other side of the pain. You have to keep reminding yourself that you the ish. I don't use the B word because I just don't call myself nor my friends nor other women B's. But y'all know what I mean. You know what I mean. So I think it's important for you to make a plan. One of my friends, when I was going through a difficult time, I had gotten kicked out of grad school. Yeah, I was trying to listen. She told me to set a date for yourself, and on this date you were going to work on getting through the crap that you were going through. And that has been very helpful for me over the last few years. It has been very impactful for me. So make a plan to get through that hard time. If you have to go to therapy, take your butt to therapy. If you need to talk to your friends or just someone that you trust to talk to, your cousin, your aunt, do it. If you need to seek religious counsel, definitely do that as well. If you need to take a break from the school, from the relationship, do that too. You have to make a decision that you will not sit in the trenches for too long. You owe it to yourself. You deserve it. You deserve what's on the other side of that. Life goes in cycles and it will eventually get better. There will be other things wrong in life. There's always going to be something wrong. You will learn how to deal with the setbacks. The more setbacks you go through, the more obstacles you go through, you learn how to deal and how to get through, how to handle the ish that goes on in life. Remember that the world needs what you have to offer, and that's whatever it is. Don't always think of, oh, I need to be a singer, or I have to be in front of the camera, on a stage, a pastor. Whatever your ministry is, whatever your purpose is, the world needs it. And the more that you sit on it, the less you're not providing it to the world. So go ahead and like my podcast, people. Leave a comment on IG or TikTok and let me know, if you care to share, what are some of the things that you do to get yourself out of a rut, or you don't go through stuff, right? You just above everybody else. You don't go through anything. You never had a bad day. But I would love to see, or just to hear, what other people do to get through those, hurdles that life throws. All right. Bye, y'all.